Mm.
Okay. Oops. Well, I think you guys might be able to hear my 3D printer in the background, but oh well. That is obviously also what I was doing before we got here. But I got about an hour to kill. We're going to try to see if I can't pull off a 30-minute game in that time. Technically, it really needs to be, yeah, like just under an hour, but I think it'll be okay. Also, I did play a game yesterday offline, which I tied against someone with a higher elo than mine, so my elo has been raised 2 points. Still below that 80th percentile I was at earlier, so that really bites, but we'll see. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't seen this particular opening before, to be honest. I mean, maybe I have, but like, I don't see it very. I definitely don't see it very often. Um, yeah, I think what we want to do here is just cover that pawn. I think that's the solution. That's what I'm going to go with as the solution. Especially since his bishop is trapped. I don't. Yeah, I feel like this mostly just trapped your bishop and is not a good play. But we'll see. Hmm. Let's go ahead and. Yeah, let's. Eh, he's not gonna be able to stay. Why don't I just play it here? Take, and then move away. Yeah, this is super productive. Oh well, obviously he'll just complete the pawn chain. Then that's stupid. Here it works. I just feel like a good way to get your bishop trapped. Let's just go ahead and trade him. By the way, if he doesn't take with his queen, oh well, he did. So if he doesn't take with his queen, I can take this, but he did. He did take with his queen. So that just seems less useful now of an idea. I'm definitely ahead on development. I feel like this is too many pawn moves, personally. And by this, I mean his number of pawn moves, not mine. Okay, we are past the opening, so let the game of chess begin, I guess. I'm kind of thinking I should lock this position. Yes, I should definitely lock the position. That's definitely correct. Wait a minute. Up, here, here, here. It's an even trade, but it makes his knight rather annoying. Or no, not knight, pawn. I didn't have to move. I didn't have to move my knight here, basically. Well, that isn't too bad actually. Because he'll capture. Because yeah, then he'll capture, and then I'll capture. Oh wait, my knight can't go there. The pawn is already there, Austin. That does not work. Your knight cannot go there. Yeah, we're gonna lock the position though. I still think it's for the best. I just kind of realized the issue here, which is that if this knight moves, this pawn is no longer protected properly. So maybe we just don't move that knight. Maybe we just do something else. Alright, where can he go? Here, which is a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Here, actually it's not even that, I mean you just take what, yeah. Here, here, actually that's not a bad place. Here, 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 he's now covering that pawn, that's new. Okay, and here, of course. So up here, that way if he recaptures, I can snack it back with my queen. And it also lets me recapture so that I don't have to take back with this. So this knight doesn't have to move anywhere. Yep, sounds good. And if he comes over here, I can always just move. Ah, wait a minute. Yeah, because if I go here, and then he comes here, I then have to move. I was thinking about here, but actually here might work too. Yeah, I just remember to move here, because if I go here, then he can go here, and then he has like a major forking opportunity. Okay. Yep. That works. Why don't I just go there to start with? Oh, right, because I'm trying to cover this knight. But if I go, yeah, if I go here, then I can't cover the knight, and it just defeats the entire point of this. Okay. So what about here? and then push this because his recapture doesn't really work. Because then I can just recapture. Okay. I think that works. I might have to double my pawns over here. That would be annoying, but yeah, it's okay. Also, open up a file. I'm not even sure how bad that was. It kind of opens up my rook. Potentially, if I do move it there. Okay. Well, that was annoying, but not unexpected. That's a really good pawn structure. He's definitely got that better in mind now. Oh. But then he can't go anywhere from there. He's kind of stuck. I've got all my pawns in the wrong color, basically. He still hasn't castled. That can't be good. Yeah, no, that doesn't work at all. Okay, sack the pawn? Okay, how about this? How about over here, pawn up, then recapture, also opens up this diagonal. Oh, the fact that his bishop just has an open diagonal was really irritating. I guess that's something my bishop could do, is close off that. It doesn't need to do it right now. It can do it at any point. And I almost did not what I was thinking about doing. All he has to do is move this knight out of the way. But I'm not sure, but like moving the knight back is also bad, so like, I don't know. Really, bro? Really? We can trade bishops if you want. Your bishop's way better than mine. I will gladly trade you bishops. Oh yeah, you can't auto move and can't pre-move and just these time controls. Yeah, I'm still gonna trade you. Your bishop's way better than mine. I don't really want to trade queens though. That's not really what I want to do. All right, guys, I got a doggo who's wanting back inside. So give me just 1 second. So let's just make sure I understand this correctly. So I do see that, like, he can do this and then this, and I get why that's great and all. Or sorry, yeah, that if I take, he does this, and I understand that's a pretty good position. Don't get me wrong here. Like that has some advantages. However, it also feels like he's offering to trade me a weak pawn for a good pawn. Like, it would be difficult for that to be bad, right? Like, you're letting me undouble my pawns. As a general rule, that's good. You should do that. Okay, now, $1 million question. This queen trade. What do we think about that? I don't see any real reason to do it, honestly. And what I do see a reason to do is to move this pawn up and reinforce my pawn and make my own pawn chain here. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do instead. Okay, I was going to force him off of that if he didn't do it himself, so. Ooh, I think I should move my queen there, actually, because I see a really great queen move now. Now that I'm looking at it a little closer. Okay, he saw the moves too. He saw the moves too. All right. Where all can this knight go? So this knight has here, 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 and is also covering this queen. We can really force it to a less active square. But I think I think we have a break now, so I think we should probably use it. Yeah, I think I need to get my piece over that way. Or actually, wait a minute. Why am I not pressuring the king? What am I doing? Yeah, I have this open line to his king, and I'm just not using it. Like, yeah, I have these open, and I've just not been using them. What am I doing? I should have been taking space and like pushing. I looked at it now. I think I'm gonna getting that knight is gonna be a pain, but. God, just sacking the knight into nothing seems like a really hard sell, but might actually be something worth doing. This is actually really kind of a pain in the ass, isn't it? Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, never mind. I see something now that's like really good. I think. Yes. We're going to make absolutely sure we're not hanging back rank mate. That's clever. Bye bye love, bye bye happiness, hello loneliness. I feel like I could cry. Bye bye my love, goodbye. I feel so blue. She was my baby. Taste. Bye bye happiness. Hello loneliness. I feel like I could cry. Bye bye my love, goodbye. It's my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy and I sure am blue. She was my taste. Goodbye to romance that might have been. I feel like I could cry. Bye, bye, my love, goodbye. Bye, bye, my love, goodbye. Bye, bye, my love, goodbye. It's my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy and I sure am blue. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Bye-bye happiness, hello loneliness, I feel like I could cry. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. I'm way down on time. It's not good. Okay, that's not a good move, friend. Wait, no. Yeah, defensive move is best there. Now you can't check me. And now I think I get the knight. I don't see a way out of it, actually. Oh, well, yes, of course, move the knight. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But, oh, okay, because it's also protected by the queen. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, now you got to move something. Okay. Bye, bye, love. Bye, bye, happiness. Hello, loneliness. I feel like I could cry. Bye, bye, my love, goodbye. Yeah, this seems right. If I move here, it will be followed up with here. If I move here, it will be followed up with something. I just thought a second ago. Oh, yeah, here. Either way, I get a check. I think here works better, though, just because it gives him less options for where to move that queen and everything. And I can also move back here, which is pretty sweet. There's not enough pieces here for this attack to really be successful. As long as I pay attention and I don't do anything stupid. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. I'm impressed. Okay. Now, obviously, there's this. Which I'm going to have to do so I can move my piece forward, huh? Mama. Ooh, I think that was a mistake. Fairly certain that was a mistake. Doing all the calculations out, I'm about as certain as I can be. That was a mistake. I think you're still one move ahead of me, but you'd have to move your queen in to protect it. And if either of these two pawns ever move in, I always, well, be more than one move, but I can basically just go here is what I'm saying. Oh, wait, no, I can't. There's a knight there. Haha. That don't work. That don't work. No, that also doesn't work. I don't think. Oh, I'm dumb. I didn't see it. That moment, like right before he did it, I saw it. I was like, oh, shit. All right. Well, GG. I have other things to do today, so that will be the last game. Well, guys, that was fun. I'm stupid. Do a little bit of game review, I guess. I'm 2 blunders, huh? I've obviously there was the one. I saw that one. Is it the pawn? Is it kind of the pawns? Because that was a. I mean, maybe a blunder. I don't know. God, my gosh! It does not like the way I played. Okay.
All right, you opened with e4. Your opponent taking 5 takes. They stumbled a bit here. It is not a disaster, but it is certainly not a masterclass. Your best move was to create a pawn chain.
You know, I thought about that. That makes
Your
sense.
opponent's striking at the center. It's time. You dodged that bullet. Nice save. Keeping your opponent blocked the check. This move loses a pawn. Not great, Bob.
Oh yeah. That this is an overloaded defender.
Your opponent blundered, giving. You found your opponent just swapped. You lost your advantage. They slipped up a bit here. Not the worst move, but definitely. This move is giving me anxiety. What are we doing? Oh no, incoming! You dodged that bullet. Nice. Your opponent scooted their knight to save. Not the best move, but not a bad. You are forced to create weakened backward. You snagged that. Your opponent just got their. Developing your rook is a great way to build a stronger position. Their best option was to castle on the opposite side of the. Not bad, but there was a spicier option. They are threatening to. You're planting that bishop. Your opponent defended their bishop. You went from even Steven to down bad just like that. A simple recapture from your opponent. Next. You defended that pawn like a pro. Nice. You are now able to undouble pawns. You're undoubling those. Your
Okay, I was right at the
recaptures.
pawn trade.
You're kicking that queen out of here with your pawn. Okay, okay, safety first. Your opponent slides the queen to a safe haven. You're sliding that rook onto the open file. Both kings are tucked away safely. Your better option was to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank.
Okay, I thought about that, but I thought there was no real targets available at the moment, so it wasn't good.
Your opponent
I
is
guess I was
challenging your
wrong.
rook for the open file. Who will win? Your best move was to kick off a pawn storm. They completely took that back. Your opponent's fine. You're about to lose a pawn. That's not ideal, pal. This is the only move that works. Is your opponent a wizard or something? You kept your cool and saved. Yikes, only one move worked for them, and they managed to avoid it somehow. Equal trade. More like an... They snapped it back. You created an escape. Their knight went from couch... An excellent move. Well done. Your opponent just buffed their piece. You uncorked a fork, and it is putting heat on them. Their knight is now lost after that move. Your opponent just gave you the chance to shine. That's the only move. You found it. Insane. Your opponent is getting their knight out of danger. A safe square is a happy square.
So you were wrong about their knight being lost after that move, huh?
This move is giving me anxiety. Let's see what happens.
But that's just losing a pawn, isn't it?
Your opponent is getting their knight out of danger. A safe square is a happy square.
No. Why wouldn't they just do this?
It is a solid choice, but your opponent definitely left some meat on the bone.
Okay, sure, I do this.
You just forked their world. They're about to lose a knight. Nice.
Okay, that's why they had to. That's why they had to move back over here. Okay. I understand now.
Your opponent found... It is a solid choice. Your opponent is getting their knight out. This move is giving me anxiety. This move does absolutely zero to improve their life on the board. You missed a better way to move a queen to a more active position.
Why?
Oh, they're running away. You've lost the equal position, not ideal. They rushed, didn't they? Your opponent missed the best move. Oh. You permitted the opponent to win a pawn through a fork. Uh-oh, your opponent... You dodged that check like... They just went from slightly ahead to totally dominating. OMG. Your opponent just yoinked your pawn, no charge. Can you believe it? They just went from slightly ahead to totally dominating. OMG.
What?
Your
One of the
opponent
things I don't
scooped...
really-
You allowed the opponent to force eventual checkmate. They missed the chance to force... You permitted the... Yikes! You're cruising that path. Checkmate. Oh no, your opponent just ended it. Tough luck, but happens to the best of us.
Okay. Yeah. I was basically losing for the majority of that game. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. You guys have fun. Bye.